Every single question you said, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Wait, would you expect a pass or a fail?
No, it would be a fail.
Why?
No,
because that's not the answer.
No, but that's irrelevant. You don't listen.
No, it's relevant because you saying I don't know is an appeal to ignorance. It's not the answer.
No, but the thing is, if you don't know something.
Yes, do you agree it's not an answer?
No, I disagree with what you're saying.
So you will get a pass.
No, because the problem is you're shouting.
Will you get a pass?
The problem is you're shouting and shouting and shouting. You don't know what you're saying.
No, but you're saying
you're shouting.
On 1 minute you're saying is an answer. When I asked you in your question paper, if you answered every single question, I don't know. That's not an answer, my friend. Come on.
No, what we're saying.
You're just shouting and screaming and not letting me speak. You don't let me speak.
No, I give you a logical reasoning.
Yes, what we're saying.
I mean, I can scream and shout.
No. You understood my logic, right?
No, I don't understand.
Okay, let me explain once again.
No, please don't explain. What I'm saying.
You don't want me to explain either.
No. What I want to
say. So you don't want me
me
to talk at all.
Sorry,
well, there's no point in having a one-way conversation.
It's not one way. I asked you to explain to me reasonable with a reasonable explanation where did the universe come from. But you said, I don't know, or we don't know. I told you as a response to that, which is quite rational, that I don't know is not an answer.
Yes, it is an answer.
Okay.
I disagree.
And I told you why it's not the answer.
It is an answer.
It's
I'll tell you why.
It's not an answer.
Yeah, it's an appeal to ignorance actually.
No, it isn't.
It is.
It's an appeal to ignorance.
You're saying because you don't know the answer, this must be the case.
No, you're the one who's saying we don't know.
That's what you're saying.
Because you don't know.
Yes, you're the one saying we don't know, not me.
We don't know, that's a fact.
Okay, good.
That's
now,
a fact.
when you say that's a fact, hold on. When you say that's a fact, is that an answer? Or is that an appeal to ignorance?
Do you want me to speak or no? Right.
Yeah, speak.
Just let him speak. Let's hear what he's going to say.
Yeah, go on.
He's going to waffle.
In this world,
well, let him speak.
I'm not going to waffle. Okay, if you're going to be rude, then I won't speak.
No, but you are going to waffle. Well, speak.
Okay.
No, that's fine. Let him respond. Okay, respond. Respond the way you want.
I mean, this is waffle. This is rubbish. Waffle.
What's waffle?
I'm not telling him. I'm not telling him it's rubbish. You can't just say that my arguments are rubbish because.
You're saying
No.
you've not put an argument.
Let him answer. Go on.
Let's
Go on. Let's see your argument.
There are lots of things we don't know in this world. Okay. We don't know what happens when you're dead, when you die. We don't know what happens. We don't know how the universe. We can trace it back to the Big Bang. But we don't know what happened before that. There are a number of questions that we don't know. Now, you can make up, because you don't know the answers, we can make up a story. There's Allah, there's a God, there's a Roman God, there's this, there's that, to bring comfort because you don't know the answer. But that doesn't mean that it's true.
Okay, so what you've basically just done, you've accused us of using God of the gaps fallacy, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay, do you believe in this inflaton field that created this multiverses and such? Do you believe in that or not?
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
you don't know? You don't know? You don't know?
Are you talking about multiverse?
Do you believe in multiverse?
Do you mean more than one universe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know the answer.
So you don't believe that then?
No, it's not that there's a theory, but I don't know whether it's true or not.
But you don't know?
I don't know if it's true or not.
All right, so do you believe it
But
or
no
not?
one knows it's true.
But
You don't know it's true.
okay. Do you believe it's true?
I don't know whether it's true.
Can you believe something to be true even if you don't know it's true?
It's a possibility.
Well, the answer is yes, you can. You can
it's
believe.
An idea.
No. You can believe something to be true, even if you don't know if it's true. Do you accept that or not?
Believe something. Well, no, you can think it's likely that it's true.
No, you can believe it's true.
It's likely that when I go back, my car's parked over there. It may not be parked over there. It may be moved.
I'll use my old back in the day argumentation. Do you believe your father's your father?
Yes.
Do you know he's your father?
As far as 99.99%.
How do you know?
Well,
How?
From DNA tests.
Have you had a DNA test? How do you know that?
Well, let's say I have for the answer.
No,
not hypothetical.
No, for the sake of argument.
It has to be real.
Did you have a DNA test?
No, I haven't.
Right. So you don't know.
Not 100%. 99.999%.
You don't know for certain that your father's your father.
No, but it's extremely likely.
No, but you don't know he is.
What do you mean by no? He is 99.999%.
Do you believe he's your father?
Yes.
100%.
99.99.
Do you have empirical evidence he's your father?
Do I have evidence?
Yes, empirical evidence.
What do you mean?
Means you have physical evidence that he's your father.
Let me just make the point, sorry. The point I'm making is just because you don't know something about something doesn't make that thing not true.
No, I didn't say that.
No, yes, you did.
No.
Yes, exactly.
What I'm saying is
you're accusing us of not knowing something and making something up.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
With no evidence whatsoever.
Okay. Explain to me fine-tuning.
Well, let's stick to the father example. It's good.
No, he's done on that one. He's conceded he doesn't know his father's his father.
Have you?
No, I haven't said that. I said.
Okay.
Do you know he's your father?
So
do you know?
so you're saying it
What's your
based on
proof?
what? Based on what?
What's your proof?
I'm based on.
Based on the fact that he told you?
Well, I've been living at home all my life. There's been pictures.
That doesn't make him
he
your
looks
father.
he looks exactly like me. Everything else. Everything.
No.
Everything.
He is exactly like you?
There's no evidence that he isn't whatsoever.
No. The point here is this: you don't know he's your father. You
Well,
believe he
by
is.
evidence.
1 second.
Well,
You believe
you
he
could
is.
argue that you don't know anything.
Exactly
You
the
don't know.
point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But
You
then
know
you
why?
have to-
Because here's the
But
thing.
you still
see.
believe it, right?
So here's the thing.
That's
you
the thing.
see. And this is
But
the
you
point.
don't understand. It's
No, we do understand. It's you just coming to understand.
You're just shouting. So
He's just shouting. He's just having a
it's
discussion.
likelihood. So it's likelihood. You know, no one knows.
Probability.
No one knows everything 100%.
I'll have
But
it
it's
there.
probability. Now it's 99.999% certain that my father is my
Why?
father.
Why?
No one's going to know.
Why is it
Because I've lived there all my
99.999%?
life.
How do you know your mother didn't cheat on your father?
Well, okay, it's extremely unlikely. He looks.
How do you know?
Well, you don't know.
Does your father have a brother?
No. Yes, he had a brother. Yes.
There you go.
But he looks nothing.
Your father
like
might
my
be your
father.
uncle.
Extremely unlikely. It's all to do with likelihood. It's extremely
Probability.
unlikely.
Use the right word.
No, but
Probability.
Piers, the point is trying to make is that you don't have any physical evidence for what you're saying other than the testimony of your father
The chance
and your
of-
family.
The chances of my
No, but have you
father-
understood the argument
The
here?
chance of my father is far. The probability of that is far more likely
Okay.
than that there's a God who created the
Alhamdulillah.
universe.
Okay. So what you're saying now. So when it comes on the balance of probability, you will go with the more likely response. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go with if there's. I mean, the chances are. To give you an example, my car, I've
Get
got
your
my
car.
car over there. Now, it's very, very likely that my car is going to be there when I go
You believe
back.
it's there?
Almost certain. I parked it there half an hour. It's possible, but it's almost certain that my car is there. I'm almost 99.999% certain there's a car there. It's also possible that there's a bunch of fairies who've taken my car up there and put it on the top.
So
of
the
that
guy who doesn't
hotel
believe in
there.
God believes in fairies all of a sudden.
Even though
Wow.
that's possible, it's extremely unlikely. That's
No. That's not the point.
in anything.
That's not the point. No, the point
It
we're
is the
trying.
point. That's exactly the
No, the point.
point.
No.
That's exactly
Why would you?
that's extremely unlikely.
Why would you think fairies?
Or,
Do you believe in fairies?
No, I don't. No.
Why would you think? Why did you go to
No, not
fairies?
at all.
Why did you bring that up?
Why did you go to fairies?
Because perhaps
something
they're true.
absurd.
Perhaps I'm wrong.
but
Perhaps
why did
fairies
you go-
exist. I don't believe
No,
in them.
no.
But perhaps they do exist.
why did
and
you-
Perhaps they've taken my car.
Why
put
can't
it on the
someone
roof
just
of that hotel?
Why can't
but-
someone just nick your car?
Well, that's
Get towed.
possible. That's possible.
No. Why are you going to irrational things? I don't understand that.
Because God is irrational.
No, it's
I'm
not.
trying to make the example of you.
All right. I'm going to demonstrate to you that God's not irrational.
Well, how are you going to do that?
Okay. So I believe that this universe requires something necessary for it to exist.
Why?
Why? Because if you have something dependent, it requires something independent.
Why?
Give me an
Why?
example
Just
of
why?
anything.
Just say
Why?
Give me an example of something contingent that isn't the result of something necessary.
The universe.
Prove it.
Well, I can't prove it.
Right,
but
so I say
that-
it then.
But the thing is,
So you can't prove your claims.
no.
prove
Where
anything?
your argument fails,
Go on. Go on.
is that if your argument's correct and there is a God
creator.
who created the universe, who created the God?
Okay. So a necessary being.
No, don't go to God yet. Stick to the contingency
That's
argument.
where your argument always fails. It's
Let's
the
not go
same
to God
argument
yet.
that fails every
Because
time.
that's how you don't understand what God is.
Yeah.
And what we're talking about.
If God can exist without someone creating it, why can't
Okay,
the universe
Piers, you said earlier that we cannot be certain of anything 100%. Is that right? You made that claim? We can't be certain
No one can be
100%.
certain 100%.
Okay,
So,
do you exist?
as far as I'm aware, yes.
Are you 100% certain?
Yes.
Yes, so you can be certain. Okay, so we can be certain about.
Maybe.
We can be certain
no one
about
can be
things.
certain about anything 100%.
No, we can. Look, existence. Otherwise, we wouldn't be talking here. Okay.
Well, it could
Unless
be a
you're.
dream, or it could be, you know.
Well,
it
a
could
dream
be
is not
great
real.
art.
Then
Yeah.
it would, like I
So
said,
maybe,
if you don't believe you exist, then even God is
Let me
irrelevant
just
for you.
let me just deal with something here, so we don't have to go to hypotheticals.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you understand DNA?
Well, DNA's I mean, I'm not a scientist.
You're not a
but-
scientist.
No.
Okay. So DNA contains information.
Yes.
Okay.
How your body, it gives you instructions. how your
Blueprints.
body
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you give me an example of anything in your human experience that you know contains information, and that information is not the product of something intelligent?
I can't off the top of my head.
Think about it. Think of anything.
I don't really understand what you're trying to get.
I'll explain to you. If you see a book, for example, would you ever believe that that book wasn't the result of something intelligent?
Well, it's been written by a person.
An intelligent agency. If you see blueprints to a building.
Yeah, maybe written something.
Blueprints to a building.
That's not relevant to the argument.
I'll explain what it is. I'll explain what it is.
Right.
Okay. So, do you accept that when we see intelligence, when we see information that serves a purpose, blueprints to a building, a book, a manual, a program, we know that something intelligent.
Not necessarily.
All right, not necessarily.
Because I can't think of an example. On the top of my
you're
head,
saying not necessarily.
Probably if I sat down, I might be able to think of it.
Okay, I'm telling you can't.
Well, your universe, for example.
Well, no, you don't know that.
We don't know that.
Right, so what was my question?
What about a god?
What was my question?
A god?
What was my question, Piers?
Well, your question is you're trying to say that.
No, what was my question? Forget what I'm trying to say.
Anything with information has been a
product
of
what was my
something
question?
else.
Something intelligent.
What was my question?
Yeah.
And do I believe?
No, Piers, that wasn't.
No, he told you to give an example of something that is not based on intelligence,
do you know of anything
which contains information.
That contains information that serves a purpose that isn't the result of an intelligent agency.
Well, I can't think at the top of my head. No.
Because there isn't one.
Because there isn't one.
I don't know. I mean,
You're an intelligent person, so you should know that if there was such a thing, it would come to you like that.
You're saying that you're going back to the main argument. You're saying that there's a God that
No,
exists.
We haven't come to that
I
yet.
ain't saying that.
That'll be the conclusion.
That's what you believe.
No,
That's not what I'm saying.
that's the conclusion. We haven't come there
That's
yet.
what I'm saying.
The conclusion.
No,
what you're saying.
No, I'm asking you a question as an atheist.
No,
So
but-
when we see the same information that we know can only be... Listen, Piers. When we see the same information...
Zishan,
we know...
are you joining us? We're going in 5 minutes, bro.
Are you going in 5?
Yeah.
I disagree.
Come on, we got a good number of brothers today.
I don't know. You asked me a question. I don't know the answer.
Yeah?
If there, I don't
5
know,
minutes, inshallah.
I haven't. You asked me,
Okay.
is there something with information?
No, let's see.
Anything that contains information
There's no
serves
option.
a purpose that isn't the result of intelligent agency.
Well, would you say that the universe?
No, we said no.
But the universe consists of you and the DNA, so it is not.
I mean,
You can't use that as an example.
Piers, the
going
question
round
is
in circles.
no, we're going in a direct straight line. You're just avoiding the question.
Yeah.
The question is a straight
I'm
direct
not
line.
going to say yes or no to your answer because I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Then Piers, go think about it.
Yes.
And when you can't think about it,
Okay.
when you
Well,
can't,
let's
no,
let's
one second,
argue
Piers,
and say
one
you're
second,
right.
Piers. All right, if
Can
I'm-
we move on to the next step?
all right,
Next step.
So if you concede that we don't come across information that specifically serves a purpose other than the result of intelligent agency, then how do you explain the same information found in DNA? What's the source of that?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. But
no.
what I do know
Neither are we.
is that that the crux to the argument is, which you can't seem to get to the point, is that we don't know how the universe existed.
No,
and you
no,
don't
forget
know.
the universe. Forget the universe.
No, this is the argument.
Forget the
I'm not
universe.
I'm not
No,
interested
no,
in the universe.
I've turned the
You have
argument
already
around.
said we don't know for that.
No. Because the universe is
We have
so
moved on.
abstract, and we don't know what happened, and this, that, Big Bang, and you don't know, and you said you
Well,
don't
you
know.
know a lot about Big Bang.
But I'm talking about DNA that we can see right now. Okay, so DNA right now contains information, and we know in our human experience, whenever we see information, like is in DNA, it's always the reason. One second. It's always the result of something intelligent. So the question to you, Piers, is why, when it comes to information found in DNA, do you special plead and ignore your human experience?
Well, when you go back from DNA all the way back down to life, where did life come from?
That doesn't answer my question, Piers.
Well, it does, because your questions.
I'll ask my question one more time.
No, don't ask.
I'm gonna ask
By the way,
relevant.
you know our answer to that question. I think the question should be to you.
Yeah.
If something which is immaterial, okay, or even if something is material but lifeless, how can it bring on life? Like atoms and molecules, we all are made
How
of.
do they exist?
We all are. That's the question
that's
to you.
the question. That's the question.
Do you remember the question I asked you initially? Yes.
How did life-
You mentioned Big Bang, and I told you Big Bang was not the cause; it is the effect. So everything that begins to exist must have a cause.
No.
Give me an
universe.
example. Give me an
Well,
example.
the universe.
The universe began to exist.
The universe exists.
Exactly, so it must have a cause.
You just took him away from my example, my question, man. He's ignoring my question now.
Go on. Finish your. He said he doesn't know.
All right, you don't know. All right,
Yeah,
that's the second thing.
It's
Okay,
just-
let me ask you a
you-
third
you
one. A
ask-
third one. Can you prove gravity exists?
You can prove that by dropping something.
How do you prove that?
That the effect again.
Well, then, is that proof?
Taste something.
How do you know gravity exists?
Well, by dropping something on the ground.
So you know by its effect.
Yeah.
So you can prove something's existence by its effect.
Yes.
You don't need to see that thing.
Yeah. Well, I suppose so. Yeah.
So when you ask for proof of God, I don't need to show you God. I can show you the effects of God. Fair enough.
But it doesn't mean it exists.
But you're just going against your own principles.
Where you are is falling. You're
It's not
saying,
falling.
No.
My argument's solid, mate.
No, it's not. It's
You're
just
the
so
one-
flawed. It's living in the Stone Age.
My
Your
argument is flawless, mate.
absolutely flawed.
You couldn't answer my question about DNA.
No, but you're just
You
shouting.
couldn't answer my
Yeah,
question.
you shouted as well just
No,
now.
you shouted.
I heard you shout. Yeah.
I'm asking you a direct question, and you're ignoring my question.
You're just shouting.
No,
and
because you
shouting.
can't answer the
You
question.
did as well.
Give me
Yes,
a
you
chance.
did as well. Look, let's all calm down. We were looking for a rational discussion here. Every time we asked you a
said
rational.
something interesting there. I'm trying to remember exactly what you said. You said something
About the
which put me
gravity.
on
About gravity.
Something after that, which took me onto a lead. But I was about to answer your question, and then so I shouted.
All right.
I'm trying to
My
lost my lead.
my question about DNA. I'll ask it
No,
again.
I don't want to know the question about the end.
Why not?
We're talking about gravity.
So you're gonna ignore
and
that?
We're talking about God. Yeah, I know what you said.
What did I
You
say?
said you're talking about cause and effect. You said because you're trying to say because if you drop something on the ground, that proves gravity exists.
No,
And then
you
you're saying-
said that.
You said that.
And then you're saying that the God, because the universe exists, therefore there's a God.
No. You're all over the place.
saying
Piers,
that
you're all over the place.
No.
Let's go back to the
saying-
gravity question. That was a good
the
question.
The gravity.
Yeah.
Is you are
He
saying-
said if you can observe the effect of something,
I said
then
proving it
does that
exists.
mean
No,
that it exists?
No. I said you don't need to see the thing causing the
Yeah.
effect.
You can't see gravity.
Exactly.
So if you can't see God, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist, does it?
Well, there's no evidence that it does exist.
All right. So going back to what I was saying.
God
to
is
you-
something that you've
Oh,
made
okay.
up.
No.
Or
No,
that
no,
has
no,
been
no,
made
no,
up.
no, no, that's-
It's make believe.
That's your
It's a
assumption.
fairy tale. It's like the fairies.
that's
over
your
there.
assumption.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
No,
because
it-
you can't explain it.
Yeah.
You can't explain DNA.
No, you can't.
Have you heard of the design inference? One second, Piers.
No,
Have you
no.
heard of the design inference?
Okay.
Why
Have
can't
you
you
heard
just
of
tell
the
him
design?
that?
You want
Why
this?
can't you just tell him that God
Either I'm
exists?
going to go or you're
He
going to
doesn't
have
believe
a
it.
conversation.
He's an atheist.
Like I see you've been drinking, and I can see you're not thinking.
I'm a teetotaler. I've never drunk in my
Oh,
life.
come on, we can smell the alcohol.
No, you can't. I'm a
Really?
teetotaler.
You've not been to the
I'm-
pub?
That's
I've
okay.
just
So
driven.
if you say so, let's.
I apologise.
That's a
Sorry,
different
I'm a
thing.
teetotaler.
Let's go back to the
Not me,
discussion.
I'm a teetotaler. I've never drunk in my life.
That's fine,
I drank,
no-
I drank
Darren.
when I was a student.
No problem, Piers. Yeah.
You're drinking.
It's me, yeah.
You?
Yeah, it's...
All right. Oh, sorry, Piers.
My bad.
So, I mean,
Okay.
the whole thing is just shouting and shouting abuse and shouting.
He apologized to you just now. Come on. He apologized.
It's my breath.
Okay, bro. We heard you.
Okay.
Okay.
What I said to you was this.
I'm just trying to tell the truth.
Let me
you know.
talk.
Yeah.
Right. What, as I understand, what you were saying is, if I drop something, then that proves that you're saying that I'm saying that proves that it's gravity.
No. I don't want you to misrepresent me, and I want to help streamline your argument. What you said was you know gravity exists because you see its effect.
Well, and many other things. You read books on science. There's so many reasons why gravity exists.
It's all based on
All
effects.
based on the same principle.
Based on effects.
It's huge amounts
Yeah.
of
It's all based on-
It's
evidence
all
that
based on
gravity-
effects.
You can't see gravity.
Yeah.
You can't
Okay,
smell
so
it.
let's
can't
move on
touch
to the
it.
next stage.
Right. So the point here is this: if you see the effects, you don't need to see the thing to know it exists. If the effects are there, yeah. Right.
Do you understand the principle
Yes,
now?
I
Good.
understand the principle.
Good.
So I'm saying to you now that information. Yeah, I'm going back to my DNA. Information.
You're saying just
I'll explain.
No, go.
Well, you can listen. If you don't want to take the information in, ironically, it's up to you.
It's
okay.
rubbish. It's
Okay.
rubbish.
I'll
What
tell you why
you're
it's not
saying-
rubbish.
what
I'll tell you
you're
what is
saying-
rubbish. I'll tell you what is rubbish. You say
You
I don't.
insult me
I'll
by
tell you
saying
what.
I'm a drunk.
No,
when
no,
I'm a
no. I made a
teetotaler.
mistake.
No,
I made a
he's already
mistake and I
apologized to you for
apologise.
that.
Only
don't-
you wouldn't have done it. So this.
No.
You
No,
said
before that.
teetotaler,
Before that, he
and I
apologized to
believed
you.
you.
Before that.
Okay, so please don't give the mock outrage. Okay, so the point here is this, yeah?
The point is that
No,
God
I'm
doesn't
making the
exist.
point.
You're-
I'm making the
no,
point.
Okay, well,
Okay.
Emotional argument.
I know,
That's
I
fine.
know.
That's fine. Okay,
Typical
complete your point on the camera. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
The point I'm trying to make is with the gravity example. So we say we can't see gravity, touch it, smell it, taste it. Yeah, but we know its existence, or we believe its existence based upon the effects of it. And it's the same principle when it comes to God or a creator. We don't need to see God. We just need to see the effects of God. Now, what I tied that up with was DNA and the information that we find, that we know whenever we see in our human experience, whenever we see this type of information, it's always a result of something intelligent. So when we see the effects of something in DNA, which is intelligence, there must be something intelligent to have produced that intelligence. This is the point we're making. And using Dembski's design inference, when you see something contingent, something complex, and something that is specific to a purpose, then you can infer this is the product of design. And when we see those three qualities found in DNA, then we know that the DNA requires a designer. So what do we say, going back to our gravity? The effects of the designer is design. Therefore, we don't need to see the designer, just the design. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How do you switch this off?